Good morning, guys. My name's Gina of Gina Renae RN Budgets. I'm a zero-based budgeter who uses the cash envelope system to assist me on my journey to financial and debt freedom. If you're new here, I do videos all about saving money. So if you need to save some money, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload a money-saving video. If you're a returning subscriber, one of my girls, thank you for all your love, support, motivation, encouragement, all of the above. All right. So let's not waste any time. We are going to do my monthly budget. So I use the split budget method where my major bills, like my bills that are high amounts like rent, car payment, things of that nature, I split in half because I'm a bi-weekly budgeter. And so I have to create a template, a budget that makes it make sense for me. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So if that sounds of interest to you, then stay tuned. All right, so we're back. We're going to go right to good notes. Now, let me explain to you about my template. All right, I have to do, like my big calendar, I have to do what makes sense for me. So I know you guys are going to look at this calendar like, wait a minute, it's like no days of the week and it's only 5 boxes across and things of that nature. And the reason I chose this one is because you guys know with my big calendar, I tend to like redo the whole calendar because I get paid bi-weekly, so I don't get paid on set dates, okay? In addition to that, I get paid on a Thursday, so I budget from Thursday to Wednesday, so I was changing the dates for that. But for an overall calendar, just for a reference point, it doesn't even matter the days of the week. What's important are the dates, the due dates, all right? So for March, because I get paid bi-weekly, the very first paycheck that I'll receive in March is not until March 7th, okay? So my March budget goes from March 7th all the way through April 3rd, all right? So it overlaps, all right? And this is probably true with anybody that gets paid bi-weekly. Your dates will overlap. Usually that last check has to cover a few days into the next month. And for a new budgeter, sometimes that can be confusing. So what we're going to do today, I just numbered these boxes, okay? And I'm not going to put days because that's not important on this, because it doesn't matter the day of the week. The date of the week is what's important. And you'll see that once I get through this. So basically, I'm going to start with some green, which is my income, all right? So I'm just going to put a $sign right in the corner for my paydays. So I get paid on the 7th and I get paid on the 21st. It doesn't matter where on the calendar it falls. I just need to know those are pay dates, all right? So what I'm going to do is my mortgage, car payment, and insurance, and I might do another separate video for this. This is money that I give to my dad to cover part of his mortgage, to cover my car payment, and to cover my insurance. And I'll get into more details about that. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know kind of what I went through with Kevin's illness. That's my husband. With my husband's illness and our finances and everything like that. So what ended up happening is my dad really kind of stepped in and helped us out in a major way. Along the way, my mom passed, and because he was already basically kind of helping us financially, then we decided to move in with him. All right, so that's where the mortgage aspect comes in. He purchased a car for me. He put down a major down payment for me to make my payments manageable, and he got it completely in his name. So he used his credit as well. So because of that, I pay him the car payment and he pays it because, of course, it's in his name. So essentially, it's his responsibility, if that makes sense. So just in case everybody was wondering, I call it MCI because it's a lump sum of money that I just give it. I just Zelle it to him. I don't pay a mortgage directly. But that being said, the house is already, my name is on the deed already, and anything of his will be transferred. Anything else of his will be transferred upon death to me from my dad. All right. So just had to get that out there. So on payday, I save half of mortgage, car payment, and insurance. I call it MCI. And that's $980. All right. That's $1,200 for mortgage. That's $560 for my car payment. And $200 for insurance. $1,960 divided by 2 is $980. Okay, guys, so once I was trying to write all my bills down, it was just a little bit too lengthy and I was too chatty and it was making my video super long. So I sped it up and I'm just going to play some music for you guys to enjoy while I fill up this calendar, and then I'll come back in and talk about what's what. And that will cover my everything I get paid for in March. All right. So what I do is I come over here. The month is March, and I might speed up my calendar just for the sake of time. All right. So payday, this is what I do. Payday number 1 is 3/7/24. Payday number 2 is 3/21/24. And I have payday number 3, but I don't get a third one in March. Sometimes I have twice. I have a magic month. So that's why I put the 3 on there just from the beginning. So basically my income is going to be from my full-time job. And this is after I subtract tithes, my medical insurance, my 401k. I have some personal savings that I just kind of auto deposit elsewhere. And so what I budget for myself is $2,500 a paycheck, which equals $5,000. All right. So I put that over here, $2,500 and $2,500. All right. YouTube, I don't budget for that. And then I put SH for side hustle because sometimes I do make envelopes and things like that for people, but I budget 0. All right. So we're going to start just like I just wrote out all my bills. I always start with MCI, and payday 1 we do $980, and payday 2 we do $980. All right. So that's probably the only one that I split, but I really am thinking I need to start splitting some of the other ones, but we'll just play it by ear. And then what I do, instead of listing out all my subscriptions, I just put subs and add it up. So I got to go from 3/7 to 3/20 and add up all my subscriptions that come due in that time frame. So we got TubeBuddy $10. And I'm rounding up. We got, TubeBuddy is $5. CapCut was the $10. Then HP Ink is another $10. Canva is $20. I count my Chase Bank as a subscription. It's just easier. Dash Pass is $5. iCloud is $10. And that's it for the pay period. So I have 65 for payday number 1. Then payday number 2, I have Kevin's Mixler. I have the car wash. And then I have Epidemic, Netflix, and another iCloud. So 95 for payday number 2. Then debt I put down here. So let's finish the fixed expenses. After that, I have my student loan on the 11th. All right. So payday, I don't split this, so I'm paying it in payday number 1. Then what fixed expense do I have? AT&T. All right. And then it's due on the 21st, so I can pay it in that second one. And then I have my daughter. I forgot about that. This is $170 each payday. All right. And that's it for fixed expenses. Then I have debt down here at the bottom. So I'm going to write those down right quick and then I'll explain it to you because I got quite a few and I had paid them off. I'm just being transparent. I had paid them off, but child, things happen. This looks bad, but it's whatever. I can only just be honest. Okay, so milestone, this one is due in this pay period, in the first pay period. So I just go through from the 7th to the 20th like I did my subscriptions, and I just figure out who I have to pay during that time. I'm not going to add it. So I definitely have to pay this one. This is the 8th, the 12th, the 16th. Then this is the 21st, the 22nd, the 27th, the 3rd. And then online payments is my shop pay stuff. So I have PayPal 30 on the 7th. Shop pay, I have 25 on the 11th. That should be it because those are usually every 2 weeks. Yes. So I got 55 and then it should be 55 again for the next 2 weeks. All right, we're going to do totals. All right, so for right now, I just have 3 envelopes. But my dad is going to buy another car because my daughter moved. So we need an extra vehicle. So he's going to buy another car. And when he buys another car, he'll no longer be supplying gas for me. Because right now, because we share the vehicle, he keeps gas in the car. That's why I got rid of my gas envelope. But of course, when he gets his own car, he'll be buying his own gas and not mine. He made that crystal clear, okay? So for right now, I budget $300 for essentials. I'm trying to come down from that, and we'll just see how my budget plays out. $200, spending, I do $200 a pay period, but $100 is for me and $100 is for Kevin. Because right now he doesn't have any income. His disability is still pending. And then I drop miscellaneous down to $25. Now for my essentials, everything comes out of that. Groceries, household, Memphis, his food, everything like that. Now for me, the only savings that I'm doing right now that I budget for is Friday. Everything else that I do in terms of challenges is based off my change, my 5s and my 1s. So that's it. All right. So for Danny, let's see. I got to see what I owe for her for each pay period. So I get paid. So we need to do the 8th and the 15th in the first pay period. So that's 23. And then the second pay period goes through the 3rd, but it's the 5th is a Friday. So I only got to do 22, right? Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah, because 1 is already done. And the 5th, I won't, that's a separate payday. All right. Okay. So let me put this back. And this is everything. Whew, it's a lot. I don't even know if I'm going to balance, guys, but we're going to find out on camera if this is, if this is possible. Okay, let's see. All right, so we got 980 plus 65. $1,420. All right, the second payday is 980 plus 95 plus 300 plus 170, $1,545. All right. Then in debt we have 255. I don't need my calculator. And here we have one. Oh, that's kind of even. Weird. Oh, 500 in debt. Jesus Christ. 525 for variable. 525 for variable. All right, so let's see. So we got 2,500. We're going to do payday number 1 minus 1,420 minus 255 minus 525. So we got 300 left. So this is what I do. Oh, that's good. So right here, I'm gonna just leave myself a note because what we haven't done sinking funds yet. So that's what I'll put here. All right. So for the second paycheck might be, it's a little heavier, slightly. Okay, so we got 2,500. We have minus 1,545, minus 255, minus 525, minus 22. I didn't separate that out of Danny's. Hold on, 153 left. All right, so then I have undated and dated sinking funds. That's how I separate it out. This is wrong. Let's erase this. Let's get small. Let's do this one more time because I did not subtract Danny's, I don't think. So 2,500 minus 1,420 minus 255 minus 525 minus 23. Okay, right. 277. All right. Now, what I do on my own, off to the side, I see what I have left and I break it up into my sinking funds just to zero myself out. And that's what I do. That's my whole budget. Praise God. It's working. All right. Let's see what else. So then I'll use my cash breakdown and I'll list what I'm getting cash out the bank for, which will only be my variable expenses. And let's do this. Let's highlight. Let's do green highlight, meaning cash. All right. So I'm going to put green here and then green here. Okay. Because that's what I'll get out in cash. Oh, this too. And green here. Everything else is kind of on auto pay or my MCI I Zelle to my dad. All right. So those categories I'll list here with the amounts once I know what's what with my sinking funds and have my denominations ready. And then I tally up down here and then make sure my totals match this way and this way. All right. And I have one for each pay date. And then here's where I track my expenses. All right, and I do that week by week. All right, and this is my sinking funds tracker that I finished up February, and I keep it here so then I can transfer that information over for March so I know where I started. So I know this video is kind of long, but hopefully it's helpful in terms of, and then I transfer one more thing. I transfer this information onto here to go to the bank. All right. And these are my cash breakdown slips from Danny in Simple Shops. All right. So again, I'm sorry it was long, but I felt like it was necessary to really break it down and show you, especially for the people that are new, that are trying to figure it out and how to budget. Biweekly budgeting is very difficult because of the different pay dates. So it just takes some getting used to, but this is the method that works best for me. I've not always been great at budgeting. Okay, I'm being fully transparent. I sucked for a long time. And I'm still not where I need to be, but guess what? I'm way better than I was, okay? I really am. And I hate that it took so long for me to get to where I am now in terms of budgeting, but I'm grateful because it's better late than never, okay? I got it eventually, but and I have a long way to go. But I feel like the progress that I've made, cash stuffing and zero-based budgeting has completely transformed my finances. So if you haven't started, try it. Okay, leave comments down below if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that anybody has. And then let me zoom out a little bit. Kevin is not going to go into my iPad. And just for transparency purposes, I have to have something tangible that he can see what's going on, because despite what he's going through and despite the fact that he does not have any income, he's still the leader of my household. And so I'm making sure that he's aware of everything we have going on. And when I pay things, I check it off so that he needs security too. He needs to know that basically I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And this is how we do that. Yeah, it looks nice and pretty. He ain't worried about all that. He just looking for the check marks. Make sure there's nothing standing out like, how come she didn't pay that? So this is for what I do for him. And we have it right out in the open so he knows exactly what's going on. So guys, I'm going to leave you here. I will come back and do a paycheck budget and show maybe my thinking involving what I put in my sinking funds, how I break that up. If that's something you want to see, leave it in the comments down below. But until next time, I wish you guys peace, love, and prosperity. Bye, guys.